Hey, I'm Abby and welcome back to the Life Work Balance YouTube channel. Today I would like to talk to you about how to answer the question, where do you see yourself in X number of years? So where do you see yourself in 3 years? Where do you see yourself in 5 years? And maybe even where do you see yourself in 10 years? Before we jump into that, please go ahead and give this video a thumbs up if you're looking forward to learning how you might be able to answer this question. And if you haven't already, please go ahead and remember to hit that subscribe button as well as the bell so that you can receive life work balance advice delivered directly to you every Sunday. So when it comes to answering this question, where do you see yourself in 3 years, in 5 years, in 10 years? Insert whatever number you prefer, maybe even 1 year. There are a couple of things that you have to consider before you just dive into an answer. So hopefully you are looking at this video before you interview in order to prepare the answer to this question just in case it comes up. When it comes to asking this question, interviewers are getting at a couple of things. The first is potential longevity. Most organizations want to hire someone for more than 6 months to a year. Ideally, employees will stick around for a couple of years, if not for a longer term. However, that's not necessarily the reality of our world anymore. So while they might be exploring that question about longevity, blatantly asking you how long do you plan to stay at this job is not necessarily appropriate. So that's why they might ask, where do you see yourself in 1 year, in 2 years, in 3 years, in 5 years, or 10 years? In addition to inquiring about your potential longevity, they're also looking to hear about your career goals. What do you think your career development and growth might look like? And they're wondering, how does this role and their organization potentially fit into that career growth and development and career goals? So when it comes to answering this question, you want to answer it honestly and also understand that things change. The employer also understands things change. Most of us are not applying to a job with the intention of quitting next week or in a month or in 6 months. Most of us are looking for some sense of stability. So take that into consideration. The other thing to consider is how you frame your response to this question. Are you framing it in a way that is positive, growth-oriented, goal-oriented? Or are you framing it in a way that shows that you're only in it for the money? You only want the status. You're in it for you and for no one else. So, how might you answer this question? Where do you see yourself in 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, etc.? Well, do some self-reflection. Where do you see yourself in that time frame? If you were to get this job with this organization, what do you think your future looks like? So for example, if I were to be asked this question during a job interview for maybe an individual contributor role that doesn't oversee or supervise anyone, and I see myself moving into more of a management role down the road, and I'm asked the question, where do you see yourself in 5 years? I would say something like, in 5 years, I can see myself with my organization, happy and developing others. I would still be able to be an expert in my field and be able to contribute effectively to the mission of the organization and accomplish the organization's goals, while also ideally moving into more of a management position where I can have some influence and impact on the people that I'm leading. Something like that. Something that shows that you're looking to grow within your role. You might be looking to learn new things. You're looking to experience new things. And if you're also looking to just be stagnant in your role, that's also fine. Maybe you're not looking for any of that. So maybe your answer to this question is, well, I'm really looking for something stable and predictable. The thing I like best about this role is that it offers me that stability and predictability. Based off of what you've shared in the interview so far, it sounds to me like my daily work and my weekly work will be relatively similar. And that is something that I'm looking forward to over the next several years. Boom! Easy enough to answer. But, granted, I might have come up with those answers kind of on the fly, but do some self-reflection for you. What does this role mean to you? What does it mean in your overall career plan? Where you see yourself going, what you see yourself doing? How does this role fit in? And can you spin that in a positive way for the interviewers during the interview process? So hopefully you found this video helpful. If you did, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And if you have any questions, comments, thoughts, or ideas on how you might answer this question or how you've answered it in the past, throw it in the comments box below. I not only love receiving comments and try to respond to each of them individually, but I also know that if you share your experience, that can really be beneficial to someone else who might be experiencing something similar. So please share your experiences in the comments box below. If you haven't already, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well as the bell so that you can continue to receive life, work, balance advice delivered directly to you every Sunday. Thanks, and I'll see you next week.